and welcome to another episode of Rush Crush. I bring Stabity, the stabby stab that ever stabbity'd. And yes, that awkward pause was me forgetting the name of the game that we're playing. Anyway, we are at the end of the list. Now, mind you, it is not the complete end because there are still so many girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, by so many girls, I mean 5 girls. There are 5 girls that I haven't purchased on the phone side, just waiting for an appropriate sale, because not gonna pay full price when I'm buying them both on the computer and on the phone. But regardless, let's go ahead to the final girl that we have unlocked. Loola. Okay. Well, that is, something. I do want to mention we had a disco party for the Saturday before Mardi Gras. I was DJing and I got into a crazy outfit, like gold sequin shirt, light up shoes, full on disco hair. I had a gold chain with disco written in front of it. Amazing. It was crazy. I had a blast. Other people had a blast. It was good. It was good. Anyway, one night, while getting your boogie on in full costume no less at the club, a glowing portal rips open and causes a verifiable panic at the disco. Because of course it's Panic at the Disco. The intruding space warrior shoots without asking a single question, but the beam from her ray gun bounces right off your cool outfits. Thank you, Mirror Disco Ball, for saving me. Also, I don't know. Yeah, you are some sort of a tentacle creature in the back there. That looks like another marshmallow person. That's a marshmallow person, and that is a frickin' alien. Perfect record. Crushed. It is an alien. She was going after the alien, not after us. Whew.
What? You're not the marshmallow I'm after. No!
You can't help but feel bad for the weirdly attractive space lady. Even if she did just try to kill you, I'm gonna pass on the weirdly attractive. I mean, her proportions are good, but the hair tentacles, no thank you. No thank you.
But I never miss my target, ever. How did this happen?
Well, apparently, Loola, you just did. You missed your target. Here, have a drink on me.
Is this supposed to help me find my target?
Nope.
I don't have time for gimmicks. Just show me the way.
No, that's to help drown your sorrows. Poke.
Hands where I can see them. Huh. So you do have hands.
I do.
Coincidence? I don't think so. You're in cahoots with my target. Admit it.
No idea who your target is. But, during the event where we recruited you, it sounded like you were attacking some sort of, CEO, and the backstory sounded pretty much like you're a Luigi. And not Luigi like Mario's brother, Luigi like the famous guy from New York, or infamous, I guess would probably be a bit more accurate. Sorry.
I didn't know Earth dwellers like to dress up as intergalactic warlords in their spare time.
Warlord? Really? That dude was a warlord, huh?
Hands. I didn't know Earth dwell. Coincidence. You don't understand. I've turned in 999 targets in a row. Once I hit 1,000, I was supposed to get a free gift.
That's quite a lot.
I would never shoot a civilian. Intentionally. So, you must not be one. Confess, Earth scum.
Never!
Coincidence. I didn't know Earth dwellers. Coincidence.
All right, have some donuts.
Okay, fine, I believe you. Wrong place, wrong time, yada yada. If you're really sorry about it, then help me toast that marshmallow.
I don't know, he seems like my, long-lost cousin from another planet.
Maybe if I'm fast, I can still salvage my win streak.
Maybe good luck. I mean, unless the Martian Mallow's a good guy. So,
I don't want the mothership finding out about this, so if anyone asks, my communicator is broken. Got it?
Sure, communicator is broken. Have some flowers.
This supposed to help me find my Is that all you've got?
Alright, sorry.
My tracker unit says the target is still in our general vicinity. He's either in the room with us now, on the planet Mars, or somewhere in between. Fade out.
That tracker unit is very, imprecise.
Trust me. You don't want that criminal getting too comfy on your planet. Unless you don't care about your planet, which, judging by the way a lot of you treat it...
Is that an alien from outer space? Yes, that is in fact an alien from outer space. We were in a parallel event. We went into a spaceship that was captained by Fumi. Fumi was the captain. Serena was the artificial intelligence. Alpha was the entertainment AI, the Miku ripoff. Who else was there? I know we had... where is she? Bree, the, one of the aliens, that was serving on the ship. Oh, and, where is she? Ava was the pilot of the ship. Katara, isn't that the name of a She-Ra villain? Yes it is, but it's supposed to be a reference to, what was, I believe it's supposed to be a Thundercats reference rather than a She-Ra reference. Yeah. Ava, instead of being the pilot of a mech, is, yeah, also I lied to you. Yeah, no Gundam theme, but there is a frickin' Evangelion theme.
I bought you a gift. It was a hat. I threw it in the garbage because it was ugly and unworthy. I hope the thought will count for something, though.
So she is clearly Rey, just with green hair instead of blue hair. She's even got the plug suit. And, stats there. Yeah. When you go on a beach date with her, it turns out that she is piloting, something that looks like a cross between an Ava and Godzilla, fighting giant crabs in the ocean! Did Bandai Namco make this? No, it is created by an indie studio called Sad Panda Studios. There, Sad Panda Studios. Yeah. Anyway, so that's why they have to do knockoff Rey instead of actually Rey.
It feels good to laugh, even when it's a reflex.
I don't want the mothership finding out about this, so if anyone... The only other target that ever came close to evading me was this mad lad with a stripy scarf. It was a whole unnecessary headache over, get this, an unpaid space parking ticket. I think he secretly liked being chased around the galaxy.
Mad lad with a stripy scarf. Is that supposed to be, Oh man, I wanted to see Ava in Super Robot Wars. Ava like this Ava from this game, or Ava like Evangelion? Also, Mad Lad with stripy scarf, is that supposed to be one of the old Doctor Who's? Yeah, 4th Doctor, that's what I was gonna say! Hold on, let me pause the recording, we'll pull up a picture of, no we won't. No we won't, because I've got the wrong setup, I can't drop in a screenshot. Maybe if I remember in the editing. But yeah. Definitely a doctor. All over an unpaid parking ticket.
Name's Loola, but the other bounty hunters call me Han. Any guesses why? Because I prefer to work solo. So, you know I'm desperate if I'm asking you for help.
I would have thought because you shoot first.
Trust me. You don't want that. The only up. You don't understand. Trust me. My tracker unit says the
That seems
target
to be
is still
everything.
in our general
Have some
vicinity.
plush toys.
Good news! I've tracked the Martian Mallow to a nearby active volcano that's due to erupt like yesterday. What a fun setting for an epic showdown.
And apparently now we are Bond villains. And also, really? Really? You call yourself Fraudulent Paymaster? Like, do you want to be obvious about the fact that you're a scammer? Anyway, as always, we sing our favorite tune. Kill the spammer, kill the spammer, kill the spammer, do do do. Kill the spammer? There we go. Spammer has been terminated.
Well, are you coming?
Well, of course I'm coming. That's a total James Bond setting.
Why do you look so nervous? Relax, I come in peace. Unless you're my target, which, as we've established, you're not. So, you're safe.
Yeah, Ava of this game being in Super Robot Wars of Bandai Namco owned it. Yeah, sadly they don't own this one, so the odds of her coming to Super Robot Wars are minimal. Plus, this is like no story. It's literally just a clicker game with random dialogue. Alright, Loola, have some shoes.
I can't accept this. I didn't earn it. Well, okay, if you insist.
Just good luck chasing any of your targets while wearing those shoes, so... Not too practical, chasing bad guys in high heels.
Don't think I'm going to split my prize with you just because you're helping me. You're a subcontractor at best, and your reward will be a sense of pride in a job well done. Maybe a firm handshake if you really impress me.
The reward for a job well done is more work to do. Also, we got $6.156 trillion, so yeah, I'm fine. We don't need money. I mean, Gilliam and Moore came from the other games and got put in Super Robot Wars. That is true. What? Gilliam came from an RPG of some kind, right? I don't remember the details of what game he was from. But yeah, he's just a dimensional diver. They could totally grab the grab the crew of the spaceship from here, which had Ultraman, Kamen Rider, and Gundam. Okay, that sounds right.
The only other... Trust me. You're lucky I'm the one who took this bounty. Most of my colleagues are mean. And ugly, probably. Seriously, they wear all sorts of helmets and goggles and stuff to hide their faces. It's downright unsettling sometimes.
Well, Loola, you need to understand. You're a female bounty hunter. If you find armor, and that armor gets stronger, the smaller it is. The less it covers, the more it protects you. That's just how armor for women works. Okay, since I said that, I have unironically created a system that literally works like that. So, in the setting that I came up with, armor has a magical field, basically, that it redirects any attack that would have hit you somewhere onto the armor. So, you know, basically it's just to justify bikini armor. But anyway, so you could be there with, you know, full plate, but it's gonna get heavy. If you want to move around, that full plate's gotta be kind of light. But as you make it smaller, you can make it thicker. So you end up with like really thick, really heavy bikini armor, bikini plate armor, and the magic redirects any attack that would have hit you from, unless it's powered armor like a Space Marine. True, totally true. Powered armor does not affect this. But yeah, the magic redirects any attack from that would have hit you to hit the armor, which, as we mentioned, is now very thick and durable. So by making it smaller, you're actually making it more effective. And yes, I did come up with all of that lore building just to justify bikini armor. Poke!
Is that all you've got?
Fine.
You're lucky I'm the one who took... There's nothing more satisfying than when a vile, cruel, and immoral criminal gets exactly what they deserve. A speedy and just trial. That's what keeps me going some days.
Really? Because it kind of sounds like you're either an assassin from the event or a bounty hunter that doesn't seem that interested in taking prisoners. Shoots first, asks questions later.
A word of advice for you, Earth Dweller. Never do anything to land yourself in space jail. It's much too cold and dark a place for you. Seriously, there's absolutely zero atmosphere.
That stinks.
There's nothing more satisfying. A word of advice for you. Don't think... By the way, you should never wear that costume again. Not because I think other bounty hunters are going to mistakenly come after you. No. It just doesn't flatter your butt.
Aww. Unfortunate. That thing was like super campy disco. It was fun.
So far, so good. But the closer we get to tracking down this criminal, the more dangerous the situation could become. Are you still in?
I'm in. Let's do it.
You're tougher than you look. I respect that.
Come on. I'm a buff, suave marshmallow that's also wearing either a crown or a top hat. I'm super tough.
Watch out! There's a criminal behind you! I was just checking your reaction speed. Leaves a little to be desired, Earth Dweller. It's okay. We'll keep practicing.
Or, no, we don't need to practice. I'm fine.
By the way, you should never. There's nothing more satisfying.
Oak.
Is that By the way, there's nothing more Hey, who is Earth's intergalactic representative?
Don't have one.
Do you even have one? I know planetary politics are boring, but don't you want to have some say in the rules around landscaping and trash removal?
Oh no, you better not be signing me up for an intergalactic HOA. Screw HOAs, even though I'm in an HOA and mine isn't all that bad. I've heard the horror stories. I know how bad HOAs are.
By the way, you should... I'm used to planets that are entirely desert, or entirely swamp, or entirely garbage. How does this one have so much going on at once?
Well, it's because science fiction writers are lazy.
Hey, who is... Imagine my shock when I learned Earth Dwellers don't have stripes. Well, most Earth Dwellers. I did meet a charming pink tiger the other day.
Pink tiger. I don't think I know who the pink tiger is. I know who the pink panther is. But a pink tiger? Beats me?
By the way, there's nothing more... By the way, I'm used to planets that are entirely desert,
Alright,
or
have a shell.
I can't accept this.
Alright, nothing. Have all the
I
necklaces.
guess I shouldn't have blamed you for the fact that I... You know, missed my target.
Oh, she admitted it! And that's good. Acceptance is the first step to healing.
I'd rather not admit that I'm afraid of failure, though, so I'm gonna keep blaming you anyway. Thanks. You're a real pal.
So much for healing.
You know, this Earth place is actually kind of fun. Maybe I'm not that mad about having to spend a little extra time here after all.
Ooh. Alright. Okay. Moon cheese, alien snacks, midnight strolls. Interesting stuff they've got. Here, let's see how she reacts to some moon cheese.
You keep giving me things. I don't understand why, but also, I like it. So don't stop.
Cool. Alright, let's go for that moonlight stroll.
My home planet has no moons. The nights are very cold and very dark. And Not very romantic, now that I think about it. This Earth place actually has a lot going for it.
Awesome! Glad you like it.
What's that fuzzy stuff so many Earth dwellers have on top of their heads? It looks itchy.
It's called hair, and it is so much better than tentacles. Like, so much better than tentacles.
Is that all you've got? What's that fuzzy stuff? I knew a guy who sampled the local cuisine once. He ended up with heartburn so bad, he thought his chest was gonna burst. But you seem like the type to know what's good and what's not, so how about it? Take me somewhere for lunch?
How about the diner from Spaceballs? Guaranteed to give you, a chest burster if you ordered the space special. And, the chest burster that pops out is really talented. He'll grab a cane and a top hat and start singing, "Hello, my lady, hello, my honey, hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you lose me, then you'll be left alone. So, baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own." It's a fun song.
I tried buying a local female Earth dweller a drink, but she turned me down. What gives? I thought Earth girls were easy.
Yeah, there's memes about that, but no, they aren't. I mean, some of them are, but you don't want the ones that are easy.
This marshmallow sure is keeping us on our toes. I respect that. A worthy opponent is so much more fun to bring in. Warm or cold.
You're wanted, dead or alive. Okay, no more singing.
What's
At
that
least for
fuzzy
now.
stuff so many I used to hunt rogue androids masquerading as people, but it started feeling too philosophical. Now I hunt intergalactic war criminals, hyperspace monsters, and people who litter. It's much more cut and dry.
Shoot, why? I know the movie. I just can't recall the name of the movie where Harrison Ford is the android that thinks he's a human. Or is he the one that's hunting them? She fought Cylons or replicants? No. She fought, I've seen things you can only imagine. Nope. There we go. Blade Runner. That's what I'm trying to, that's what I was trying to remember. That is a Blade Runner reference. Let's go back. Blade Runner. Like Tears in Rain speech. There we go. Tears in Rain monologue. Roy Batty, portrayed by Rutger Hauer in the '82 Ridley Scott film Blade Runner. The monologue is frequently quoted, blah blah blah. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched C-beams glitter in the dark near the Tannhauser Gate. All those moments will be lost in time. Like tears in rain. Time to die. Replicants are from Blade Runner. Okay, my bad. But yes, Replicants is what it was supposed to be. There we go. But yeah, definitely became philosophical.
What's that This mark. I tried buying. This mark. I used to. This. I
That
tried
seems to be
buying a
everything.
local female Earth dweller a drink, but she turned me down. What gives? I thought Earth girls were easy.
Oh, also, there's a difference. On the Steam side, they have custom requirements. On the phone side, they do. No, they do. They just don't have the correct images.
This is taking forever. After that epic fail at the disco, I was expecting maybe another 30 minutes of work to get the job done. Now I'm working overtime? Ugh.
Hey, we're still only 25 minutes in, but with all the distractions we've had, yeah, it's gonna take a while before we actually get to the ending here. But yeah, so if you take a peek on the phone side, 45 moon cheeses, but the picture is a purse. 750 alien snacks, but the picture is a car key.
Well, at least having you around makes things more fun.
Oh, I'm glad I served some purpose.
Too fun.
Oh, too fun, you say?
So, are all Earth dwellers super cute, or is that just you?
It's just me. Really, it's just me. I've taken all of the cuteness from the entire planet Earth and put it in me. I'd laugh if she made a reference to the Transformers. Hey, who knows? She still might. Let's give you some magic candles to start us off.
I don't understand why. What's that fuzzy
Nothing
stuff
new?
so many Earth dwellers have
And
on
how
top of
about
their...
the beach?
I can't believe I pulled a cephalopod out of your ocean. When did those guys colonize Earth?
Reference to the fact that people say there is no way that squids are Earth creatures. Those things are totally frickin' aliens. Also, gold bikini. Another Star Wars reference. Okay.
Okay, now I know you can do better than that.
Aw.
Again.
All right, again. Oh, no change.
What's that fun? I've heard that the most famous bounty hunter on Earth is a dog. I love dogs. Can I meet him? Is he such a good boy? Is he the cutest little pupper that ever lived?
No, his name is Dog, but he's a human called Dog the Bounty Hunter.
You know, you're so much cooler than you look. That was supposed to be a compliment, FYI.
I get it, but... Oh, no. Coolness is an event stat. So, out in the main game, I have 0 coolness. I'm only cool when I'm inside of an event. I doubt they'll make a Death's Head reference. Well, if they do, you'll be here to catch it, because I don't know what that is.
I knew a guy who sampled the local cuisine once. Where I'm from, we don't need to use cryosleep or FTL technology to travel long distances. We have portal guns, also laser guns, and bubble guns, which are great at parties.
Hey, they totally are.
You know, where I'm what's that fuzzy? Wait a minute. You're not hiding the Martian mallow from me in order to maximize our time together, are you? Because if so, I would have mixed feelings about that.
Psst, Martian Mellow, she's onto us. Run away, run away! I would be her saying she knows this weirdo that's a freelance peacekeeping agent and says yes at the end of sentences. Okay. We'll find out if we get that sort of reference.
This Martian mallow sure is You know, wait a minute. You're not... This... You know, I've heard that the most You know...
Oh.
Okay, now I know you can do better than that.
So much for that. Let's give you some puppies. Oh, because she was talking about Dog the Bounty Hunter. So let me give you 12,000 adorable puppers.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm having a total blast. Who knew having a partner in peacekeeping would be so great?
Aren't you bounty hunting, not peacekeeping? Whatever.
Now let's go get that Martian mallow. And let's hold hands while doing it.
Aww.
Do I make you nervous? Would it help if I put my ray gun away? Well, too bad. I'm not going to.
Oh, and we need to have maxed out our space job. Space needs to be Power Cosmic, level 10. Alright, let's go sightsee.
Those floaty things made for great target practice. What'd you call them? Tree leaves? Yeah, we don't have those in my sector.
Oh, unfortunate, because fallen tree leaves look nice. Although at the moment we're in spring. Space! A black abyss! with white twinkly bits. As Forza says. Forza the Common Rider? Or some other Forza? Here, have one enchanted scarf. Yes, cool!
Yes! This is going to look so good in my anti-gravity chamber. But where do you keep all your favorite stuff?
In the closet, or in a cabinet, or on a hard drive.
You're very different aesthetically from my usual type, but despite your lack of headtails, I do find you strangely appealing.
Okay, sure.
You're so cute. I love how a moderate wind could knock you over, yet you're still courageous enough to hunt intergalactic criminals with me.
Yeah, I am.
What's more attractive, speed or accuracy? Doesn't matter what your answer is. I have both in spades.
Cool.
You're very different. Hey, have you ever shot a laser blaster? I
Not a
can
real
teach you if
one.
you'd like. Stand in front of me and I'll wrap my arms around you to help you get the pose right.
Yes, please.
You're very different. Just any good taverns or cantinas around these parts? I like a place with upbeat jazz music and some tension in the air. I want to feel like a brawl could break out at any moment.
So, a little official bit from Star Wars. The genre of music is called jizz. And that's not a joke, it literally is called jizz. It's like jazz, but in space, and it's called jizz. Also, since she was asking about a cantina, at the Star Wars Cantina, Star Wars Cantina. Something that you've ever seen at the Star Wars Cantina. Nah, I'm gonna look up the lyrics to that, because as annoying, as much as I promised I'm not singing, I am singing now. Star Wars Cantina lyrics. Her name was Leia. She was a princess with a Danish on each ear and Darth Vader drawing near. So R2-D2 found Ben Kenobi, Obi-Wan. He'd have to put the Death Star plans into the rebellion's hands. So Luke and Obi-Wan had to get to Alderaan. So they stopped into Mos Eisley to have a drink with Han at the Star Wars Cantina, Star Wars Cantina. The weirdest creatures you've ever seen here at the Star Wars Cantina. Music and blasters and old Jedi masters at the Star Wars. Una koto solo. His name was Solo, Han Solo. He was a pilot with a blaster at his side and a snout 12 parsecs wide there with Chewbacca. He was a Wookiee. They met with Luke and Obi-Wan about the Millennium Falcon. Docking Bay 94. Stormtroopers at the door. With a flash of Ben's lightsaber, now there's an arm on the floor at the Star Wars Cantina. Star Wars Cantina. The weirdest creatures you've ever seen here at the Star Wars Cantina. Music and blasters and old Jedi masters at the Star Wars. Mos Eisley Spaceport. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. You must be conscious. His name was Yoda. He was a Muppet. Darth Vader was so bad, and by the way, he's Luke's dad. Luke kissed his sister. His hand got cut off. In that galaxy far away, Luke had a lousy day. Boba Fett was so mean. Jabba had bad hygiene. Why didn't they all just relax back on Tatooine at the Star Wars Cantina? The weirdest creatures you've ever seen here at the Star Wars Cantina. Music and blasters and old Jedi masters at the Star Wars. The Force will be with you always. There we go. Apologies for the unexpected and unplanned musical number, but yeah, I just had to go into that one since it's such a fun one.
Yours? What's more attractive? Any good You're very different. You're very different, just that. What's more attractive? Hey! Any good taverns or cantinas around? Hey! You're very different, just. Any good Hey! Any good You're very different, just. What's more attractive? What's more attractive? Hey!
You can find it.
Any good tavern? A lot of Earth dwellers will say you shouldn't shoot first and ask questions later. But hey, if I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have met.
She's got a point. Can't disagree with her there. So, let's give her those enchanted scarves?
I'm notably different from your usual type.
Yes.
But at the same time, your tastes are clearly wide-ranging.
Surprisingly
Tell
not.
me, do you find me physically appealing or not?
I will say no. Body shape? Very good. Blue skin actually is interestingly exotic because everyone loves the blue-skinned space babes. But the Leku? Nah, the Leku do nothing for me. And yes, I am that much of a Star Wars nerd, I know what Leku are.
Interesting. I'm glad our scanners are synced.
Yeah, I don't think they are, I think her icon heard what I said, and her text did not hear what I said.
Touching you makes me feel all tingly. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were using a Kaplarian flux zapper on me. But I know you Earth dwellers don't have that kind of advanced technology.
I would have assumed biological incompatibility rather than anything else. Oh. Alright. Go. Let's go to the movie theater.
That was so cute.
Man.
I love old-fashioned movies. Back home, they just beam the data straight into your brain, but you Earth dwellers might be onto something with the old-timey sitting next to each other thing.
Ooh, she enjoyed it. Here, have a shell.
Yes! This is going to look so good in my
We already
anti-gravity
had
chamber.
that one. Flirt.
You're careful. My anatomy isn't where you think it is. Just kidding. You should have seen your face.
Uh-oh. We touched her anatomy. Dun dun dun!
You know, you'd make a great bounty hunter. You're so magnetic, I bet you wouldn't even have to track your targets. They'd come right to you.
As long as they were female, clearly yes. If they were male, we'd have to be playing the gay version of this game, which is called Blush Blush. And let's just say, no thank you.
Have I gotten shorter since I've been here? I feel like Earth's gravity is slowly compressing me. Is that why you're so short? Maybe you need to take a trip into space with me.
So technically, we are a high gravity planet, if you factor it from the point of view of space travel. Basically, if the Earth was had a much higher gravity than we currently do, it would be incredibly tough to get out of Earth into orbit. Like, we'd basically be needing to launch Saturn V's just to launch a small satellite into orbit. Yeah, so luckily that's not where we are.
You know, you'd make a great bounty hunter. A lot of Earth dwellers. Where should we go for dinner tonight? Ooh, should we decide via duel? Nothing like a bit of friendly combat to work up a healthy appetite.
No. I think we can just fire up Google Maps, get restaurants, and, see what interests us.
You know, you'd make what's more attractive? What's more attractive? Speed? A lot of Earth dwellers will say, have I gotten shorter since I've... You know, you'd make what's more attractive?
I think that's
Speed?
it. Poke.
Careful.
Nope.
My anatomy
Here,
is
have some
where you-
jam.
Hey, I just received intel that the Martian Mallow we've been chasing isn't actually a war criminal, just an insurance fraudster. Which, if you ask me, is a victimless crime.
See, I told you that she was getting some Luigi vibes. And once again, not Luigi, but the other Luigi, the infamous one.
Guess this means my win streak is safe. We should celebrate by making out.
Okay, I accept.
Whenever I see you, my whole body floods with relaxation. It's like your alien pheromones are overwhelming me.
Ooh.
I mean that in the best way.
Ooh, and we need to have maxed out hunting. Chiroptera hominin. Yeah, hominin, not hominin. Okay, yeah, cool. Here, have some mystic slippers.
Oh, what did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve you?
Aww. Flirt.
You know, you'd make a great bounty hunter.
Nope.
I was reading an article about romantic activities for Earth dwellers,
Yeah?
and one of the suggestions was to watch for falling stars. Is that so we can protect each other from the impact?
Shooting stars, not falling stars. And that's what we call meteorites.
Where should we go for dinner tonight? Ooh, should we decide via... Have I gotten shorter? I was reading an article... You know, you'd make... Have I gotten shorter? You know...
Really?
I
Nothing
was
new?
reading... You know, you'd make a... Have I was reading an article...
Really, it's just the
You know,
article, it seems. Poke.
It's like you want me to pay attention to you or something.
Well, duh! Would I be streaming if I didn't want attention? Jeez. It's like you don't know how this whole thing works. Here,
I
have some
always
moon
thought
cheese.
this planet was an insignificant speck. But I see the way you work to make it a better place, and suddenly it means everything to me.
Yeah, sorry, no, illegal aliens aren't allowed right now. Sorry, Loola. You'll have to wait for a different administration.
Not to get all sappy or whatever, but yeah, I love this planet now. Because you love it. And because I love you.
I love you, you love me. We're a happy family.
Hey, lover, take me to one of those disco things. I promise I won't disturb the peace this time.
Yeah, we probably won't be having a disco for a while, because, as you know, disco is dead. Also, gold bikini, amazing. Still not a fan of the Leku, but I adore the bikini. I think it is really amazing. Also, we are at 356 diamonds, which means we are 4 diamonds away from buying all the outfits. And sadly, they have not gone on sale anytime recently. And yeah, once we get them, we have a lot of girls that we're gonna have to go back and get outfits for. Yeah. Unfortunately for Loola, we do not have any of her outfits because she is a parallel event girl, as opposed to a long-term event girl. We do not get clothes unlocked for her, and we need to save up the diamonds to buy them for her. Let me just take a peek at Cassie. Gifts.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. She doesn't have those outfits yet. We do have them on the phone side, just not here. So yeah, four more diamonds, and we will have a very long set of Pretty Princess dress-up episodes. And then we'll just be saving up money to saving up diamonds to unlock other outfits. And once we have all the outfits, yeah, we'll see. We'll probably find some other game for Saturday. Maybe I can finally get off my ass and get myself some backlog built
Your heart
up.
turned out to be the real prize. And I didn't even have to shoot anyone to get it.
Aww.
I mean, I did technically shoot you, but I didn't have to.
Adorable.
I think I can officially say my first excursion to the planet Earth was a success. It was a very different kind of success than I was expecting, but hey, maybe that's the best kind.
Hey, maybe the success was the friends we made along the way.
You do so much for so many people, but you deserve to be taken care of too. So next time there's a crisis or whatever, I'll be calling the shots. Literally, with my ray gun.
Aw.
I see the way you look at me when you think I'm not paying attention. Well, guess what? I'm always paying attention. Also, I have excellent peripheral vision, incredible reflexes, near perfect aim. Sorry, am I getting carried away?
You most definitely are getting carried away.
You do so much for... Oh my gosh! I can't believe you didn't tell me about laser tag!
Yeah?
What other exciting Earth activities have you been keeping secret? Come on, let's go! You and I should take a space cruise. I've
Oh?
always wanted to see the storms of Jupiter. Just imagine cuddling up together, wrapped in a space blanket, the clouds and winds whirling around us. Doesn't it sound romantic?
It sounds romantic until you realize that a space blanket is just a bunch of mylar. And it is not at all comfortable or romantic. It's literally just to keep you warm with the minimum amount of mass possible. So, no. Get a real blanket. Or even better, a duvet. Willow, you're the French maid. Bring me a duvet.
I just can't stop thinking how good you'd look in Cosmic Couture. And how good it would look on your bedroom floor.
Oh, my.
I wanted to make you breakfast, but I couldn't figure out how to work your toaster. Why don't you have a plasma knife? It doesn't matter. Let's go out for breakfast to the Intergalactic House of Waffles.
Intergalactic House of Waffles. Do you mean the International House of Burgers? Ever since their P got flipped upside down into a B? Or, since we've been making some really old references, how about an old political reference? You have more waffles than a house of pancakes. You offer flip-flops. I offer tax breaks. Now that is old. If anybody gets that, please let me know.
With you, I'm never bored. But I do miss the hunt sometimes. I wonder if there are any other criminals wandering around on this planet that I could capture. A rogue android or a shape-shifting alien, perhaps?
Nope.
I'd even settle for a jaywalker.
Plenty of those, though.
I love you from the tips of my tails to the tails of my tips. Huh. That's a phrase from back home, but maybe it doesn't translate super well.
Nah, not really, no.
I just can't stop thinking how you make me feel so light, like I'm walking on the moon.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to walk in 1/6 gravity. That's why you bunny hop.
How would you feel about investing in a submarine?
Only if it's
From what
yellow.
I understand, humans don't really retrieve their sunken ships. In space, selling shipwreckage is a big business. I sense an untapped market.
Here I was thinking, once again, I'm done with singing. But, Loola, I will gladly get that submarine, but only if it's yellow and if it's not a Titan submarine. And while you're searching for wreckage, I'm gonna be singing, we all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. Yellow submarine.
You do. I love. Let's go to the arcade. I heard there are zombie shooting games there, and I could use some target practice. Plus, I want to win a plush toy that's big enough to have its own gravitational pull.
That sounds fun. Also, Loola, if we ever go to an arcade with Time Crisis, I think? Is that the game that I'm thinking of? Let me pull it up quickly. Time Crisis arcade game, yes. If we ever go to an arcade game, into an arcade, Loola, we are going to play Time Crisis together. Huh. Interesting. You can get a arcade 1-up Time Crisis deluxe arcade machine 4-in-1 game for $900. Or you could get Time Crisis 2 arcade machine by Namco for $4,800. Yeah, no, one of those is interesting, the other is not.
I admire the way you strive to make the universe a better place. That's always been my goal, too. You use the power of love, I use the power of space lasers. They're like two sides of the same coin.
You know the old saying, knowing is half the battle, and the other half is lasers.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe... Hold out your arms. Press your chest against mine. And now, we wait for our hearts to beat in sync. That's how we show love back in my sector.
Sounds like an overly complicated cuddle. I still like it.
I just can't stop. Some might say the planets aligned in order for us to meet. I say, you can make a straight line through any number of random planets if you try hard enough. But in the end, the important thing is that we found each other.
As long as you understand how gravity works, yeah, you can draw very complicated straight lines.
You Earth dwellers rely heavily on water, yet most of Earth's water is undrinkable. Have you ever thought of looking for a more hospitable planet?
Yes. Sadly, the rest of our planets are less hospitable.
You make me feel so light. I think I'm going to wait a while before I take another job. This Earth place is pretty nice, and besides, I'm not done spending time with you yet.
Okay, well, that is that. I think we're going to wrap up the episode here. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Please like, follow, subscribe. Check me out on Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, and Kick. Free money in the description, as always, plus some referral links. Always appreciate if that's something you do. Also, Coffee, Locals, Patreon, if that's something you're feeling quite generous for. And yeah, that's that. Thank you, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.